Hello, and welcome back to the studio. I'm Dr. Wiggo, and today we're going to talk about my new Beats Pill speaker. Yeah, it's nice. And my old Bose Soundlink Flex, and I'll compare them. How this usually goes is I tell a little story, and then I tell you why I bought it, and then I unbox it, and then I try it out, and then I do the review. Not this time, because as you can see, it's already out of the box. And that's part of the story. So this time I'm just going to start with the story, and the story is going to be why I bought it, how I bought it, all sorts of stuff, and stuff about my birthday. If you just want to hear what I think about the two speakers, well, skip on to the next chapter, because I'm just going to talk a lot first. It's what I do. So what happened was, if you watch the channel, you know that my birthday was last week, Monday, and I went out of town. So I drove from Memphis to Houston and spent the night at my cousin Charles's house. Went out and had a lovely Mexican dinner, and I took my Bose Soundlink Flex with me, which I always take on the road. When it's here, it sits next to my bed. Yeah, it's a little side story. I bought the Soundlink Flex when my Jambox by Jawbone died, and I was using it by my bed. In fact, there's a video I will link down below. And I use it by my bed, and then I take it on the road, and then I put it back by my bed when I get home. So back to my story. So the next day I get in my car and I go over to Katy, Texas, where my sister lives, spend some time with her, and I'm getting ready to go on down to Corpus Christi later that afternoon because I have a meeting Friday morning in Corpus. And I noticed that I don't have my speaker with me. It's not in my bag. So I text my cousin's wife, Adrienne, and I said, did I leave my speaker? And she said, you sure did. It was still sitting by the bed where I'd used it the night before. Well, I wasn't going to drive an extra hour and a half to go back, pick that up, and then go on down to Corpus Christi. So there was a Target on the way out of Katy. I stopped at Target, and I thought I'd buy a cheap Bluetooth speaker. Well, you know me. I ended up with a $150 Bluetooth speaker because it was so cool looking. And also, because I realized by taking this with me on the road, if I lose it on the road, then when I get back home, I don't have a speaker next to my bed to listen to music to go to sleep by at night. So I said, well, I need to be leaving one at home. That's going to be this one. And then this one will be my travel one. Well, why is this one my travel one, not the other one? Well, we'll get into that when I talk about the differences between these two, because there are many. So my unboxing was in a hotel room in Corpus Christi, Texas, after eating a dozen oysters at the Water Street Oyster Bar. Mwah. Because I stopped at Target to pick this up, I actually arrived at the Water Street Oyster Bar in Corpus Christi at 6:05, which was significant because oysters are half price until 6 o'clock. So instead of $18 a dozen, I paid $36 a dozen for mediocre oysters because it is July. It's not oyster season. That's neither here nor there. So I put this by my bed in Corpus Christi, and it worked great. And then I went to Austin Friday night, and then back down to the coast to Rockport on Saturday night, then back to Houston on Sunday, spent the night at my sister's house, then back to my cousin Charles's house on Monday, where that was my actual birthday, and had a party with a bunch of my cousins and my aunt Amelia, and it was just fantastic. I had a great trip, and then came back up here, and now I'm doing this. So the reason I couldn't do the unboxing is because I unboxed it at a hotel room in Corpus Christi, Texas. But it's great. Let me tell you about it. So this is the new Beats pill that came out last year. They had one like 10 years ago that was not nearly as good. This one's really fun. In fact, these are very similar, the Bose Soundlink Flex and the Beats pill. In fact, I've watched some comparison reviews on YouTube, and most people say, well, this one has slightly better bass, but this one has better mid-range, but also good bass. And it's almost a tie. Now, if you watch the video about this one from a couple of years ago, which I do not recommend, I bought this because it has a pairing mode where you can pair it with another one and have stereo. The problem is it's a multi-step process, and some of the steps take minutes, and you have to do it every night. So there was no way I was going to do that every night. Well, guess what? This one does the same thing. You can connect two of them together, but you have to hold buttons down, and then you can, after you do that, then flip it into stereo mode. Same way this one works, but you have to do it every time. If there was a one-button solution where I could just press the one button and this would come on, and then press the other one, it would automatically link up, but no. So that's why this one's going on the road. The real reason this is the one that's going on the road with me and not this guy, this is the one that'll stay by my bed. The Bose has a 12-hour battery life. This has a 24-hour battery life. So if I'm in a place that doesn't have a lot of plugs, like my cousin Tommy's house in Rockport where I stayed, doesn't have a lot of plugs in there, and so there was no place to plug in my speaker and my phone and my watch and everything else I needed to charge. So 12 hours, didn't have to worry about it. They're about the same size. This is 2.8 inches by 8.6 by 2.8. This one's 2 inches by 7.9 by 3.5. 680 grams, 1.5 pounds. 600 grams, 1.3 pounds. So roughly the same. They both put out 80 to 85. I think this one will go up to 80 decibels. This one goes up to 85 decibels. So volume-wise and the sound quality-wise, as I've said, if you watch other reviews, everybody says it's kind of a wash. Most people give the bass to Bose, but then the mid-ranges aren't as clear, and they give the mid-ranges here, but the bass is still good. They're both good speakers. My favorite difference is they're both rated IP67, but Apple, or Beats, says that makes this water and dust resistant. Bose says it makes this waterproof. But this one floats, so you can actually drop it in your pool and it will float and play songs. I don't recommend that. IP67 is not waterproof, despite what Bose says. It's very water resistant. Also, the new Beats pill is Bluetooth 5.3, whereas the Bose is Bluetooth 4.2. Probably won't make a difference to most people. USB-C port, except this USB-C port on the Beats will accept, you can plug your phone in and establish a direct device connection and play lossless audio. So that's very cool. But wait, there's more. It also will charge out. So you can plug your phone in here and have your phone being charged by the Beats. So it's better in that respect. Then the Beats pill, of course, being Apple, comes with Find My support, and it works with Find My device on Android too, and it has the one-touch pairing. This one has the more complicated pairing where you have to go through and go to settings and go to Bluetooth. This one, it's, the little thing pops up with a picture of the pill and you press connect and it's all taken care of for you. They will both do your phone stuff. You've used the buttons to turn, middle button to turn your phone. They'll both do home assistant stuff. You can get to Siri or whatever you use on Android. On the center button here, same thing over here. You have volume up and down buttons. If you're fashion conscious, this comes in black, red, and champagne gold. Whereas the Soundlink Flex you can get in black, sandstone, twilight blue, blue dusk, yellow, pink, and alpine sage, which is kind of a green, I think. So this has more color combos. I mentioned I bought it at Target, which meant I paid $149, which is the list price. And back when I bought this was $149. Except you can get this on Amazon for like $100. In fact, right now you can get this on the Bose website for under $100. But guess what? You can get this on Amazon under $100 too. So if I hadn't been in a hurry, because I had to have it when I got to Corpus Christi to the motel, I had to pay $150. If any of you have these and know that, why would you be watching this if you had one? But if you have one of these and you know that there's an easy way to do the stereo setup, well, tell me in the comments and maybe I'll buy another one and use them by my bed. But for now, this one's staying by my bed. It's fine. And volume isn't really an issue by my bed. It doesn't have to be ever very loud. And this one's my travel one. They both have, the metal grills, but then they both have the rubberized silicone type backs. They're both fine. But this one I like a little bit better, and the 24-hour battery life. That's why this is my travel choice. And being able to charge other things out of it. This makes for a better travel device. This one makes for a better device to stay sitting on my bedside table. Somehow I thought that was going to take longer. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye-bye. Now I got to go start working on a real video for next week. Thanks for staying to the end. Bye-bye.